Have you ever wanted to live your dream life that you've envisioned? However, you poopy your pants because you get scared, and then fear holds you back and you get paralyzed and don't do anything. If so, this video is perfect for you. As an ex-stripper, I've had to deal with a lot of fear and look it in the eye, and now it gives me a kick. I'm going to help you change fear into an advantage with 5 actionable steps, and each one of them gets progressively better and something that's worked for me. So watch to the end if you want to actually get off your ass and do something about it. Period. Step 1, I'm going to call you out. Stop being boring.
Boring. Boring.
Stop being so boring. There is nothing in life that's worse than living a mediocre life. Take action, take risk. I don't care what age you are. You always need to take risk and take action. You owe it to yourself as a woman, as a human being, regardless, because you've been put on this planet Earth, to not experience what it has to offer, to not live through the wonders of life. That's embarrassing. I was at this kindergarten thing, and there was this one girl who was the cool girl. You know who I'm on about. And the people, whatever, the adults that were there, right?
That you had.
Who were looking after us. They asked us around the group, who's done the craziest thing in their life? What's been the most cool thing that you've done? And the cool girl said so many things. She was I snuck out and hung out with some boys. PG obviously, but still at the time I was wow, oh my God. And I have a crush on a boy and I can't even speak with him. And it came to my turn. I had nothing to say. Because I always behaved well, listened to my parents, never stepped out of line, and just did good. And then when it came round to that and I had nothing, it terrified me. Answer for yourself. What have you done that's so cool in your life? Don't be boring. Don't be boring. Which leads me to step number 2, which is jump before you think of it. Jump before the fear settles in. The only way that you jump off a cliff, bungee jumping, I assume.
Let me tell you something.
You have to jump before you think. Before your fear catches up with you, jump. When I started being a stripper, I did exactly the same thing. I applied as a joke and I got a text back saying, do you want to come for an interview? I was also low-key a little bit broke, so I was oh, might as well, what's the worst that's gonna happen? And also, this is gonna be my cool story to tell. I got there, put on my little lingerie, terrified. I saw the strippers wearing their massive heels, looking sexy, aggressively sexy. And I was wow, where am I? What is this place? It petrified me. And then the girl just took me, the manager or whatever, and she was okay, so have you got any experience? No. Okay, well, I'll pair you with this girl and she'll dance on you and so that you know what to do. And I was okay, that's it. And then off you go. Off you go. No contract, no nothing. Off you go into the wilderness. You have to approach customers and speak to them. And I was wow, I'm shaking. What the hell am I doing? I still don't know how to dance. Yeah, I've seen one dance with a girl's titties out in my face. But that doesn't mean I know how to dance and how to seduce men. But I've had to. And it was so scary. And I was just do it before you get more petrified and come out of it. And I just jumped. Every single time, jump before you have the time to think. Which leads me on to step 3. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Someone's applauding outside. I don't know if you can hear, but I will just assume that's for me. Period. Keep watching this video in order to find out the rest of the steps because they get so much better progressively with each single one. So keep watching. Step number 3 has 2 steps. Number 1 is believe that there is no other way. And 2, stop being so soft on yourself. Because you are. You are being. Just stop being a snowflake and get on with it, okay? This generation is full of snowflakes. Please understand that this is a joke. But anyway, realize that there is no other way. There is no other way. Because what are you going to revert to? It shows that you don't love yourself enough to do something that scares you in order to get your dream life. Every time you revert back to your mediocre self that's not achieving everything you want to achieve, it proves to yourself subconsciously that you're not worth it to fight for it. Do you really want to live in that mentality that you're not worthy? Your self-love is not good enough to at least try? Your self-love doesn't overcome the fear that you face dealing with things that you want to achieve, that's embarrassing. That's literally embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Anyway, that was actually step number 4. I haven't even explained step number 3, but whatever, we're hanging out here. Step number 3, I think that's the one that I skipped out on. Step number 3, there is no other way, and stop being soft on yourself. When you realize that there is no other way, you also subconsciously start manifesting that life. You just do. When COVID hit, I have so many examples of this. When COVID hit, actually, no, let me revert back. When I got my first plastic surgery, no, let's cut that out. When COVID hit, I had to come back from a solo backpacking trip at the time.
I'm on my gap year at the moment. Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
Because I was in Australia for the first time, and obviously China is nearby and flights were cancelling, and it was all like up in the air and it was all unknown at the time, and I was like, fuck it, I need to go home. I've overspent the money, and also the flight tickets made me out of pocket, right? So I came back home and I had bills to pay. I already was a stripper at the time, but obviously because of COVID, all the strip clubs were closed. And I was like, okay, I have no income and I have bills to pay and I've overspent my money. Like, I'm in the minus actively. And I knew in that moment, like, okay, I have to go online. I have to start an OF. And I knew that there was no other way. Like, for me to shit out almost like £1,000 in pounds within 2 weeks, there was no other way. I launched it and I put 100% effort into it. I did it properly. I sat down, I did photo shoots, I had daily scheduled content to post out. I advertised on all social media platforms. I opened new social media platforms in order to advertise it more. This is what I'm doing. If you want to peek at me, because I know you find me fit, look at me, period. If you want to peek, pay up and I'll let you. And I made the money because there was no other way. I manifested it. Make it so that you are so convinced that you're going to do it and you're going to claw it out despite of what happens, that the universe has no other option but to grant it to you. And that comes with not being fearless, because the minute that you fear what you're doing, you are not manifesting it, because you're 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're not manifesting it. Babe, that's acting out of cowardice. I don't know if that's proper English vocabulary, sounds it, but that's not how I speak. Anyway. Okay, what was step number 5? Let's double check. I'm sweating, bro. The aircon is on. It's on 22 if I can make it lower, but I am sweating. I'm currently in Bali.
I'm literally in Burma. Yeah, I know.
And I'm sweating my balls off. Also, low-key, a side note, talking about being in Bali, things aren't as scary as you think they are. Like, I thought it was going to be petrifying to solo backpack. And when I say backpack, I was backpacking. Now I've dug into my savings, which I shouldn't have. But anyway, and I'm in nice places. But when I say backpacking, I've been actually backpacking, like staying in dirty-mutty hostels, traveling the horrible overnight boats and buses. And it's been disgusting and horrible and petrifying. But before I came here, I was like, oh my God, I need to like have some sort of a knife on me or something, because I'm going to be like a woman alone and I'm going to be so scared. And oh my God forbid something happens. Yeah. I got here, I felt so much safer here than I did in UK at all times. And bear in mind, not that it should provoke anything, but women, we understand. I wear skimpy outfits out here because it's 30 degrees and humid, like stomach out, tatas flaunting, fat ass, small waist, skin, you know it. And I felt safer here. I wouldn't dare wear what I've been wearing out here in UK, because I'd be scared of getting kidnapped or stabbed or whatever in between. Anyway, the fear aspect is you think things are scary until you do them. And then when you do them, you're like, oh my God, my mind's just playing tricks on me. My mind's a little bit stupid, because from caveman times, we've been pre-programmed to be scared of new things, scared of the unknown in order to protect us and preserve ourselves. Realize that that's a bunch of nonsense that your brain is telling you from the caveman times. You're not a caveman anymore. Anyway, step number 5. Oh, my favorite. This is my favorite question.
Oh my goodness, I love this question. I think
My favorite step. Gift yourself the idea, the unshakable knowledge that you can do it all. The satisfaction that it will give you, and you can only know that you can do it all when you face fear. And you can only... Bravery doesn't come from a lack of fear. Bravery comes from doing things that scare you. It's facing them and doing them anyway. So be brave. And also, give yourself the gift of knowing that you can do anything. That only comes from facing fears. Imagine the relationship you're going to have with yourself when you know that no matter what the situation is, no matter what you think, no matter how scary it is for you, you can pull through because you've done it time and time again. And you have a collection of evidence that you can pull through because you've done it. Imagine how confidently you're going to walk planet Earth. Imagine how much of the room you're going to take up, any room that you walk into, knowing that you can face things. Having that unshakable doubt in yourself. Oh my God, it's amazing. Because you prove to yourself that you love yourself because you're worthy of trying, you're worthy of facing the fear. You really start to walk about life different. I promise you that, and it's so much fun. Give yourself that gift. Give yourself that gift now. Period. I feel like I'm done yapping. That was my 5 steps. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for any more of these because I love yapping. I just love yapping, please. LOL, such beggy energy, please. But anyway, seriously, please, let's be friends. I need to stop yapping. Let's be friends. Like and subscribe. Down below in the comments, tell me what things that scare you that you want to face. Maybe I'll give you advice if you want to hear it. And what else you'd like for me to comment on next week, and what else you want to hear from me, from my big gob. Love you millions, and I'll see you again next week.